Stranger Things Season 3. I literally just finished watching it. I'm an emotional person, so I did have to give it a couple minutes for the tears to go down a little bit. There's going to be a few minor spoilers, but nothing crazy, so you can watch this without knowing exactly how the main villain's going to die 3 minutes into episode 8, falling off a cliff, anything like that. You don't need to worry about that, because that's not what happens, I promise. But anyway, this this season, in some ways, I started out with it thinking, okay, some of these things are really annoying me. Why is this happening? There's drama. If you like relationship drama, then you're gonna love this season. Don't worry about that. But if you're not a huge fan of relationship drama, then you're gonna have to tough through a little bit, because literally every single couple that is in a relationship in this season is going through some sort of relationship issue, and that's five couples, I think, and it is just constant. It happens over several episodes, almost all the way up until the end. It's not really present in the final episode, but there is a small purpose to it. It justifies it to an extent, but not really to the point that I would see all of them needing to have it. It just doesn't. It doesn't quite work to that extent. It was too much. But it was partially justified, so that did kind of dampen my disappointment in it. That being said, that's really my only complaint. This season was creepier. It was a little more, I don't know, tense. Like, it's not really a horror show. It's got like a few creepy moments, but a couple moments in this did really seem genuinely like scary. Not so much that I'm gonna pee my pants or anything like that, but enough that I'm thinking, oh my gosh, please let that light turn back on, because I don't know what's in that dark, but I just want to know now so that it can be done and over with, because I'm a little scared right now. And so it it had really good tense moments, and they were done well, and they weren't just cheap jump scares or anything like that. They were good. The villain, good. Not a new one. It is a villain that you've seen before. It's the same concept it's always been. Um, the Mind Flayer has been the villain since the very beginning of the series. It's the ultimate villain. They don't do this typical thing of let's kill off this villain and then move on. The Demigorgon was an extension of the Mind Flayer. Those Demi-Dogs, extensions of the Mind Flayer. This is more stuff with the Mind Flayer, but that's fine, because let me tell you, that is a very good villain, and I love what they did with it this season. It was very well done. The character development, fantastic. Everybody returned that survived through season 2, and they all play their role so well. I love it. I typically don't like child actors, but all of the actors in this one are phenomenal. They all play their role so well. I have nothing but respect for all the actors and actresses that are in this, especially the child ones. They do a fantastic job. There are a couple of new characters introduced, and they flow into the story very well. They play great roles. This season was more about the team splitting up, and there were probably some concerns about that, as to like, well, it's not the team together, like that's what you're used to, why would you try and change that up? But they did it in a really good way. The show essentially split up into 3 separate plot lines, and all of them intertwined with each other really well. They had flowed into separate plot lines in previous seasons, but not like constant. And in this one, all the way up until almost the very end, these 3 groups of people were all separated from each other. I believe at one point it even split up to 4 groups, but then it went back down to 3. But it was just really well done. I loved this season. I honestly think that up until the end, I was going to say, okay, this is just another average season. It's okay. but that ending was fantastic. That, my gosh, and they did set it up so there should be a season 4. That's going to be my guess. So there's a lot of questions that I'm going to want answered. But my gosh, that ending really tugged on my heartstrings. That's something else. You can see the tears. You can see them getting right up there in my eyes right now. It's just fantastic. I highly recommend it. Check it out. That's it, guys. Bye.